Yo, what's up everybody? Hey, I'm just going to get right into this video, right? This is going to be the fastest way that I know how to level in the world. This has nothing to do with Dom's Tunnel, but I am in Dom's Tunnel right now. I'm actually going to explain a couple things here. Yeah, this is going to be a little in depth because I do want to explain some things. So, I'm going to try to keep the video short, but I also want to explain some things as well. So hopefully it doesn't get a little bit too long. But right into the video here. So let's see. I do think this is the faster method than the pre-patched Dom tunnels, right? Everyone used to do Dom Nightmare tunnels pre-patched, um, where you could get over 50 mil an hour. Now, with that being said, I could probably do 1 through 100 in less than 8 hours using this strategy, which is a lot faster than the current meta, right? If you were to just do nightmare dungeons the normal way, depending on exactly what you were doing and what method you were running, this could take you a lot of time, right? You could end up, if you're just doing it the normal way. I got a friend in it. It literally takes him like weeks. I got a couple friends that never get to 100 because of the method that they're using to get to 100, right? And even if you do play often, I mean, even with people who do have more time and play often, they're just using a normal method, it still takes them, a week to get to 100. Whereas me, I could probably hit 100 in 5 hours if I really, really wanted to, right? So, with that being said, what else do I got here? Okay, so what I'm gonna need you to do right now, just pause the video, like, subscribe, and comment on this video for me, right? Especially if you think that this is a legit method. If you do think, oh, he's right, that is the fastest way to level, then I'm going to need you to comment, right? You have to comment in that scenario, right? Now, if you think that there's a faster method than this and you think that I am wrong, okay, then what I'm going to need you to do is comment in the comment section, and tell me a faster method than this. If you think there's a faster method than this to level, let me know, okay? In the comment section below. So, what do I got next here? At the end and near the end of this video, I will be explaining things in how to sort of get a free copy of Diablo 4. Sort of. So please watch the video from start to finish. That would help me a lot. Plus, there is a few very important things that I don't want you to miss out. A couple's in the middle and towards the end of the video. So please make sure you watch it all the way through. Okay, so here we go. The fastest way to level in this game that I know of is to reset nightmare dungeons, okay? But that has been patched, right? Before, you used to just be able to promote a friend and then promote it back or whatever, and that's how you used to be able to reset the nightmare dungeons. But that's been patched. You can't do that anymore. There is basically no known way to reset nightmare dungeons, right? You can't reset them, right? Now, resetting nightmare dungeons for so many reasons gives you a huge XP boost for time, all that. I'm not going to go into that in this video because I want to talk more about the method. Now, this is going to be about resetting nightmare dungeons, by the way, obviously. Now, if you can't do that for whatever reason, right, what I'm going to do is at the end of this video, the end screen video for this video is going to be like a normalized way to do nightmare dungeons. If you just want to do it normally and, kind of way that you can min-max your XP doing that. So check that out if for whatever reason you're unable to do this video. Okay, so here's how you reset nightmare dungeons and the problem with resetting nightmare dungeons, okay? There's actually a few methods too, and I'm going to be going over those methods with you right now, so pay attention, right? Method 1, right, is you can simply just leave the nightmare dungeon, right? You could leave the nightmare dungeon, and after 2 or 3 minutes, it's going to reset itself. Now, if there is a known method on how to reset nightmare dungeons, that is probably it. I'm pretty sure a large amount of the community know that, oh, you can just leave a nightmare dungeon and it resets itself in 2 or 3 minutes. Now, the problem with this, right, is I like to compare how much XP I could have got before and after, right? Now, when you could reset Dom's nightmare tunnels, I could literally do this with a team in 45 seconds, right? So we could have the whole Dom's tunnel cleared in less than a minute, including load screens. And before, I think then I was getting about 1 million XP per minute, a million per minute, right? So in 3 minutes, I could get 3 million XP, which comes out to about 60 million an hour, right? So where am I here? So the problem with just doing a nightmare dungeon and then leaving it is it won't reset itself for 3 minutes. You have to do something for 3 minutes. What are you going to do during that time? You can't just leave Doms, go back in the tunnel and reset it, right? So now here we go, right? So the method that I'm doing is I'm basically just leaving the tunnel, or I'm sorry, yeah, I'm basically leaving it. But what we are doing is I then have a sitter sit in the game, right? So I actually have 3 sigils. I use 2 to 3 sigils to reset. I'm actually not resetting the dungeon. I'm actually farming 3 dungeons over and over and over again. So whatever dungeon, I'm going to go into which dungeon you want to do and all that after. But so what you're going to need is you're going to need 3 of the same dungeons. I'm going to use this one as an example, deserted, right? Now, the reason you need 2 to 3 of these and they have to be the same dungeon, it's so when you leave the party, you are all starting at the beginning of this dungeon. If you don't do this, right, if you don't have all the same dungeon, when you join the next game, yes, you'll be in front of the dungeon, but this one won't be a nightmare dungeon, right? The other one will be, you know, whichever other dungeon you had put up, right? So if you have all the same nightmare dungeons up, you will actually spawn right at the door for each one. So boom, you can just click and walk inside as if you were literally just resetting the dungeon. Now, when you go to next game, right, when you go to social, leave party, and then it just throws you outside of the dungeon, when you go to next game, all your friends, they join on you. If that's what you're doing, then that old one is going to be resetting, okay? So this is a multi-boxing method, okay, which means I have another account, basically a sitter, sitting in the old game while it is just the 2 minutes is wasting. Now, the dungeons I would recommend for doing this are Deserted Underpass, which isn't that good, and it's a little bit harder, and the reason harder in terms of the method, and the reason why is because you're going to need to be able to multi-box 3 times, and multi-box means you have 3 Xboxes or you have 3 PCs, which most people don't have that and aren't able to do that. So it's harder to do that method. And the reason you need 3 for this one is because you clear that initial area very fast. The faster the run is, the more you're going to have to multi-box. Oh my goodness, I'm not even in tier 4. Now, with that being said, I do want to go over which ones are the fastest to do. And easiest to do. So, for those of you who can't multi-box, I'm gonna have a video at the end, but you know, maybe you can't multi-box. You know, a lot of my friends, they can't, but they just want to get into a group, you know, with someone who is doing it. So I think that the best one for doing this is going to be, you know, I'm actually going to get into that in a second. I'm actually going to show you in game this second best one. We're going to go ahead and open this, and I'm going to show you what this one is. This is a team method too. Like, I understand that some people play solo, but this is a team method, the fastest way to level in the world that I know of. So now, if you're not in a team or you don't want to play in a team, then You could do something similar to this method, but without the team. But it's just, you know, it's probably not going to be the fastest XP in the world. So now the reason that I have selected this dungeon to do is because right when I walk in, there's lots of mobs. Okay, I was trying when I was looking for a dungeon, and I actually didn't even search many, but I was looking for something that was very mob densified right at the beginning when you walk in, similar to Dom's Tunnel. Right? And two, I actually gonna point out these spiders, when you kill them, more spiders like pop out and stuff like that. I just want to point that out. Now, two, you can just see that there I feel like right here there's a lot of monsters. Now, all we're really doing is killing around this circle. This circle right here is really all we're doing, all these monsters. And this right here would probably be better experience than doing Nightmare Dom's Tunnel. Honestly, especially since there's buffs in the current patch, it'd probably be better XP. But it's a little bit harder to do because if you have a team, you're clearing this so quickly that you're literally doing this run in 45 seconds, just like Dom's Tunnel, which means you're going to have 3 games up. Now, I thought that I was going to have to do that with all of them, but the best one in the game, you don't need 3, you only need just one other, and that's how do you pronounce this? Oh, I'm gonna butcher this. I'm gonna call it Sang Chapel. Sang Chapel. Let's go. So this is the best way to level that I know of in the game. It's Sang Chapel. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start this up, and I'm actually going to show you Sang Chapel and actually show you what it's like and show, you know. Okay, so we're going to act like this is a real game too. So this is a nightmare. Oh, what the? Okay, it's over here. We're going to act like this is a real game. I'm going to show you exactly everything. Okay, so first of all, this is a team method. So I just left the last dungeon of Sang Chapel. I got 3 Sang Chapels up. I'm sorry, I got 2 Sang Chapels up, right? Right now, I just left that one. My other character is AFK, sitting in the last one, just waiting for it to reset. Okay, it's holding the dungeon and it's resetting. Now, everyone just joined on me. Okay, the 4 players, we go through like this. Now, immediately, notice all these mobs. There's going to be, in this, you know, this reminds me of, I forget the name of it, but it's smaller and smaller is good. So I just actually, what are these zombies? These things, first of all, I just want to point out that these are like really weak. They kind of remind me of spiders. I think of spiders as being easier content to clear. These aren't like knights or these little zombies. They're terrible, right? So first of all, that's the first thing, is that these monsters are really easy, okay? Second of all, this first walkway isn't very long, right? It's not very long like Mercy's, and it's very packed. It's very packed through here. That actually wasn't that packed, but okay. Now, once you get to this point right here, which that was a short line, there's usually quite a bit of ads in this line. Now, what we were doing was we had a 2-man go left this way, and we had a 2-man go right. Now, we're going to go up here. Now, this is just going to be full of ads, right? All these ads right here, just dense. It's just ads are basically everywhere, right? So the 2-man's going to come through here. They're just going to murder this, right? They're murdering this. Now, while you're doing that, the other 2-man went through here. So from getting from here to around this circle with the 4/2-man, right? It should take you less than 90 seconds. Now, I'm not sure if you were like completely geared, you might be able to do this in like a minute, like Doms, but I don't think so. I think that's a stretch, including if you're including loading screens, but you should be able to do your side while they're doing their side in about, you know, a minute and 15 seconds. Okay, including your loading screens. That means you're already out. I'm going to show you the other side. It's the exact same side as this. Okay, it's the exact same side of this. Oh, and two, there's always R chests that are spawning. You know, and there's also a lot of butchers in this area too. I mean, I think at one point we fought like, you know, 5 butchers back to back. This is a over here is a, what is that called? Like an event. There we go. Over there is an event. Usually, honestly, I know events got buffed, but we usually just skip them, because if you're doing an event over here, right, I don't want to get too much into this, but if you are doing an event over here and your other teammates are just over here waiting for you for a whole nother minute, and you could have did a whole run in a minute, this whatever XP that this event is giving you is not going to be as much XP as you guys just resetting and doing a whole run, right? Because I think I was at like 99. When I was 99, I think I was getting like, I don't know exactly. I want to say 2, 3, or 4 million almost a minute. That is insane. I don't even know what that even is. That's a lot of XP, okay? That's like over 100 million an hour. Like, I don't know, okay? But anyways, what I'm going to do at this point, right, is I'm just going to join the other game. Once this is clear in the minute and a half, I'm just going to join the next game that I have the sitter waiting in. Now, that's basically it, right? That's basically all you're going to do. It's a multi-boxing method. Now, I do want to say a couple important things real quick. Now, first of all, okay, you're going to need a second Diablo 4 account, okay? So there is actually a way I know you can get a free Diablo 4 account, right? If you don't have one, but obviously you're gonna need 2 Xboxes, or you're gonna need an Xbox. I play on PC and I have an Xbox sitting next to me. I actually have 2 Xboxes. Now I'm just gonna get into that real quick. So here's a way you can get a free Diablo 4 to actually do this, sort of. I mean, it's really not free, but it kind of is. So it's as simple as game sharing on Xbox, right? I have actually 2 methods here. Actually, one method would be free. So if you actually have a friend who has Diablo 4, you can simply game share with him and you can play Diablo 4 for free. So boom, that's how you could get your other account. Now here's the second method, right? The second method is you can actually own Diablo 4 on Xbox, and then you could just game share with yourself on a second Xbox to get the free live and the free, and that's how you get your other multi-box, right? So, I mean, that's basically it. If I was to throw in a third method to this to actually get a free account, I would probably say something along the lines of D2JSP. It's a site, it's a Form Gold site. Well, you could easily just build up a little bit of Form Gold and, you know, doing a couple level services or whatever, and you could purchase a copy of Diablo 4 with Form Gold. Right, so that's the other method. Now, with all that being said, there is a couple more things that are important that I do want to go ahead and say at this time, okay? And that is going to be that the team that you have in, this is a team method, okay? The only other step that you really have that you're missing that I haven't really told you is that one of your friends that you're playing with, they have to have the account that you're multi-boxing with friend added, right? Because if I'm just playing by myself, I can't join his game, because what I'm saying is I can't join the sitter's game like right now, because I would lose this dungeon. Right? Because I would join him. So what you need to do is you need to, you have to have someone have the sitter on their friends list. So just a quick recap, a quick 30-second recap of the full method. So we join this game, right? We clear it. They're going to go through here. Boom, 2 people go this way. Boom, 2 people go this way. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to social up here, and I'm going to join my sitter's lobby. I'm going to join it. Then I'm going to take my Xbox remote, right? And I'm going to tell my sitter, right, with the Xbox remote to join my friend's game, okay? Once my friend sees that he joins, this is literally a 2-second process, so there's absolutely no delay in the clearing time from like pre-patch DOM, right? So yeah, he's literally going to see the level 1 join his game. You don't have to level the character or anything like that. You just rush him through the capstones, have him sit, right? And then that's it. So yeah, hey, if you think that you're unable to do this method, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a separate video, because this one's getting a little bit long, of just a normalized way that you could get a lot of XP without resetting Nightmare Dungeons. If resetting Nightmare Dungeons with a multi-box is something you're unable to do for whatever reason, I'm going to make a second video that explains a more normalized way of doing it and how you can min-max things. Okay, that's it. Thank you if you got this far. Thank you if you got this far. I don't think that I forgot anything. I'm going to be putting out more content. Probably a video a week, a video or two a day. So, hey, turn on notifications for me. And I haven't seen anyone on YouTube talking about this. Getting a character from 1 to 100 in, 5 to 8 hours, 5 to 10 hours, whatever it takes, is a lot better than where people are currently doing it at. Some people, it takes them a month to get to 1 through 100. So, with that being said, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, turn on notifications, do all that for me. The only way you don't have to do that is if you know a better method than this, right? And if you do know a better method, hey, let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, it's your boy Ape. I'm out.